Welcome back to CineHUB Review, where we unravel the darkest corners of cinema. Buckle up, horror fans, because today we're plunging headfirst into Until Dawn: Secrets of Horror 2025, the electrifying adaptation of Sony's legendary horror game. Directed by David F. Sandberg, the genius behind Lights Out and an Annabelle creation, this film traps you in a relentless time loop of blood, betrayal, and bone-chilling scares. Over the next 45 minutes, we'll dissect every pulse-pounding moment, from grotesque kills to haunting twists, to decide if this is the horror masterpiece of summer 2025. Ready to face the nightmare? Let's dive in. Imagine this. You and your closest friends embark on a trip to a remote valley to find a missing loved one. Sounds like a bonding adventure, right? Wrong. Within minutes, you're hunted by a masked psychopath, stalked by monstrous wendigos, and trapped in a time loop where every choice could be your last. That's the gut-wrenching premise of Until Dawn: Secrets of Horror. The story centers on Clover, Ella Rubin, a determined young woman leading her friends Max, Michael Cimino, Nina, Odessa Azion, Abe, Belmont Cameli, and Megan, Jiyoung Yu, to Glore Valley to uncover the truth behind her sister Melanie's disappearance. From the opening scene at 5 o'clock, the film sets a sinister tone. The group stops at a dilapidated gas station where Dr. Hill, Peter Stormare, delivers cryptic warnings about the cursed road to the mining town. A freakish rainstorm confined to the valley feels like a supernatural omen, wrapping you in dread from the get-go.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Yeah.
By 1500, the film unleashes its first wave of terror. The group arrives at an abandoned resort, only to be ambushed by a masked killer wielding brutal traps. Sandberg's direction shines here with flickering lights, eerie shadows, and a bone-rattling soundscape that'll have you gripping your seat. Megan's heart-stopping encounter with the killer is a masterclass in jump scares, perfectly blending tension and shock. But the real game changer hits at 2500 when the group, after a gruesome slaughter, wakes up back on the first night. They're trapped in a time loop, and a sand timer in the resort's main room ticks down their fate, cranking the stakes to unbearable levels. This twist hooks you, making every loop a fresh descent into chaos. Let's talk about what makes this film a horror juggernaut. Sandberg's use of practical effects is nothing short of spectacular. At 40, a character drinks tainted water, and their body explodes in a grotesque, Scanners-esque display of body horror. The effect is so visceral, you'll feel it in your bones.
Hey. Okay, here, take some. Hey. Holy fuck! Oh my god! Oh my god! It's in my mouth! It's in my mouth! Nina, stop! The water! You saw him drink the water! Didn't we all drink the water?
At 55, the Wendigo bursts onto the scene, a towering, emaciated nightmare straight out of legend. Its skeletal frame and predatory movements paired with creative kills make every encounter a slasher fan's dream. The atmosphere is another triumph. The abandoned resort, shrouded in fog and decay, feels alive with menace. Sandberg's signature lighting, dim, flickering, and oppressive, amplifies the dread, while the sound design, with its creaking floors and distant screams, keeps you on edge.
That's the most in my experiment so far. Soon those emotions began to affect his body in more interesting ways, transforming into a creature known as the Wendigo. It is no coincidence.
The cast elevates the horror to another level. Ji Young-yu as Megan is a revelation. At 70, her possession scene is a tour de force. Her hollow eyes and chilling whispers convey a mix of terror and tragedy that'll haunt you long after the credits. Ella Rubin's Clover is a fierce protagonist, her desperation to save her sister driving the emotional core. Peter Stormare's Dr. Hill, though underused, oozes menace in every scene, his cryptic warnings lingering like a curse. The supporting cast, Max, Nina, and Abe, deliver solid performances, though their characters lack the depth to truly shine, often feeling like pawns in the loop's deadly game. But no film is perfect. The script, penned by Gary Dauberman and Blair Butler, is a double-edged sword. The time loop concept is brilliantly executed, with each cycle introducing new horrors, slasher thrills, supernatural dread, and body horror. Yet the rules of the loop are maddeningly vague. Why does it exist? How does it work? These questions linger, leaving you frustrated by the lack of clarity. The supporting characters, while likable, feel underdeveloped, serving as cannon fodder for the film's relentless kills. Fans of the original Until Dawn game might also feel a pang of disappointment. The film crafts a new story, rather than adapting the game's butterfly effect mechanics, where player choices shape the narrative. This choice makes the film accessible but sacrifices some of the game's unique charm. At 80, the mystery deepens. The group uncovers a hidden tunnel beneath Glower Valley, where Dr. Hill conducts twisted experiments tied to the valley's dark history. Clover learns the Wendigos are manifestations of guilt and trauma linked to Melanie's death, a revelation that hits hard emotionally but falters due to murky storytelling. The climax at 90 is a relentless thrill ride. Clover poisons Dr. Hill with the same tainted water, saves Megan, and defeats the masked killer in a fiery showdown. The group races through the collapsing tunnel, breaking the curse as dawn breaks. Sandberg's direction here is electric, with rapid cuts, blazing visuals, and a heart-pounding score that'll leave you breathless. The final twist at 100 seals the film's haunting legacy. As the group escapes, surveillance footage in Dr. Hill's office pans to a snow-covered cabin, hinting that the time loop may ensnare new victims. This open-ended stinger is a gut punch, leaving you questioning and craving more. The film's 103-minute runtime flies by, blending slasher gore, supernatural dread, and psychological horror into a relentless package. So, what's the verdict? Until Dawn: Secrets of Horror is a pulse-pounding triumph for horror fans. It's not as profound as Hereditary or as revolutionary as The Last of Us, but its creative kills, suffocating atmosphere, and standout performances make it a must-watch. My score? 7.5 out of 10. If you crave a film that'll make you jump, scream, and check under your bed, this is your ticket to terror. Now I want to hear from you. Did Until Dawn's deadly loops keep you glued to the screen? Or did the script's gaps leave you wanting more? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button if you love this review, and subscribe to CINEHUB for more weekly dives into cinema's darkest corners. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in the next nightmare.